Hello everyone, my name is Sasitharan and my group members are Vishan, Tashnavan, Alfred Paul and Satish Kumar. Today I am here to talk about my OSHA presentation, and the topic given for us is factors that can lead to accidents in a workplace. Now I am going to tell you all about introduction of the factor that can lead to an accident in a workplace. A workplace can contain a bewildering number of hazards for the unsuspecting worker. First, they are the more obvious unsafe working conditions, such as unguarded machinery, slippery floors, and inadequate fire precautions. There is a view that most industrial accidents in the region are caused by careless or accident-prone workers who do not take safety at work seriously. This puts the blame on the workers and implies that work could be made safer simply by changing their behavior. Accidents will not stop simply by making workers more safety conscious. This may help, but it does not get at the root of the problem, namely the unsafe process. Thank you.
Accidents that happen in a workplace. Welding is not as hazardous as some people believe, given that you have taken all necessary safety precautions. However, welders who ignore these preventative measures are prone to risk of injuries such as electric shock. This is a genuine risk for welders which can prompt genuine wounds and tragically even to death because of the stun or the body's response to the electric stun. This can happen when the welder contacts two metal items which have voltage among them and turns out to be important for the electric circuit. The higher the voltage is, the greater the danger of injury and even passing. In welding, the greatest electric stun risk comes from experiencing a secondary stun going to 20 to 100 volts from the circular welding circuit. Indeed, even 50 volts are sufficient to cause genuine wounds and demise. AC voltage is bound to make the core of the individual in contact stop and DC voltage. It additionally makes it more hard for the individual in the circuit to give up and discharge themselves from the electric flow. To keep away from this, the footwear site My Bootprint suggests that the welders should wear appropriate footwear or in any case be protected from the beginning. Never contact the metal items or the terminal of the cathode holder with their skin and dress. Welders should consistently be wearing dry gloves to stay away from the secondary electric stun. Also, the electrode holder must be dry and stay away from the secondary electric stun. Also, the electric holder must be inspected from any damage to the situation. If there is any, get it repeated or replaced before proceeding with the welding. Even when it is not in use but it is turned on, welding equipment passes a risk of electric shock. Only qualified personnel should perform repairs of welding equipment.
Fire and explosions. The limit temperatures of the welding curve and the splash and starts made by a genuine fire like well as blast perils. As well-being precautionary measures, welders should consistently ensure there are no fluid, gas or strong combustible materials as a sweep of 35 feet from the welding spot. Likewise, the smoke exhaust frameworks can be fitted with extra fire avoidance frameworks. Fire doses should be set close by and routinely checked for congruity. Extra choices are fire hoses or pails loaded with sand. In the event that there are combustible materials which can't be eliminated around there, they should be covered with heat-proof covers or sheet metal. the welder should know where the alarm is. Accidents that might happen in machine workshop. Common injuries accident related to machinery. It makes sense to focus on some of the most common injuries to mitigate or eliminate them. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics and OSHA, workers that operate machinery experience approximately 18,000 amputation, crushing injuries, laceration, and abrasions each and every year. Defective machinery, equipment or tools creates a dangerous situation for workers who must use that equipment to do their jobs. Being caught in or compressed by equipment or objects is one of the top 10 leading causes of workplace injuries. According to OSHA, of the 874 deaths in the construction industry in 2014 were caused by a worker being caught in machinery at work, and one of the most frequently cited OSHA violation involves machinery and machine guarding. And then, furthermore, material handling and repetitive strain injuries. Materials handling, improper handling, lifting techniques contribute to a lot of injuries. Repetitive movements and environmental conditions can put a lot of strains on the human body over time to time. For example, workers subjected to a prolonged series of vibration might sustain injuries similar to being stuck in an awkward position or postures for an extended period. Accidents that might happen in fitting workshop. For example, hand tool related injuries. Okay, many hand tools are involved in the metal and parts fabrication process, which can be a direct source of injury. Improper tool selection can increase the strain on a worker, further boosting the potential of an injury. Other reasons include excessive tool use or repetition, poor equipment maintenance, improper safety policies or failure to comply with them, and ineffective workstation design.
In conclusion, therefore, it is important that everyone has to be careful in a workplace. This is because many accidents in a workplace, which has been stated before, so it is important that proper management and care has to be taken by doing lab work such as welding, fitting and lathe machine. Moreover, by implementing OSH management system in workplace, it will have an improved health and safety performance. So this will help students to be safe while doing their lab work in a workplace.